Jungkook's first major solo performance tour in the US was announced in late 2024, branded as the Golden Live Tour. What started as a few showcase events quickly expanded into a multi-city US arena tour due to overwhelming demand. Cities like Los Angeles, New York, Chicago, Houston, and Atlanta sold out within minutes of ticket releases. Additional dates had to be added in several cities to accommodate the surge in interest. Unlike BTS's group tours that focused on massive stadiums and production-heavy performances, Jungkook's solo concerts were designed for slightly smaller venues, but with more intimate fan interaction and high-level vocal delivery. The format allowed him to showcase a wide range of his skills, from intricate choreography to emotional live vocals and acoustic sets. This flexibility created a different kind of experience, one that resonated with American audiences seeking both spectacle and authenticity. Critics across major U.S. outlets praised Jungkook's live shows. The Los Angeles Times described his concert at the Forum as a masterclass in genre-spanning pop performance, while Billboard highlighted his ability to maintain vocal integrity across a physically demanding setlist. In contrast to BTS shows, which often emphasize synchronization and uniformity, Jungkook's performances highlighted individuality and spontaneity, elements that many Western audiences value. Ticket sales were another metric of success. Data from Ticketmaster showed that the demand for Jungkook's solo concerts in the US matched or even surpassed that of BTS's earlier North American tours in terms of ticket velocity. Although BTS filled larger venues, Jungkook achieved an equally impressive feat by selling out faster and, in some cases, at higher ticket prices due to dynamic pricing models. The Golden Live Tour also made notable revenue milestones. According to Polestar, Jungkook's US leg grossed over $80 million in ticket sales across 20 shows, making it the highest-grossing solo tour by a Korean artist in US history at that time. Merchandise sales, fan event packages, and VIP experiences contributed significantly to overall profits, rivaling numbers usually achieved by major Western pop stars. Beyond numbers, audience demographics revealed important trends. Surveys conducted by event organizers and fan platforms indicated that a significant portion of Jungkook's concertgoers were first-time K-pop concert attendees. This suggested that his solo presence was attracting a new segment of listeners, people who may not have attended a BTS concert before but were drawn to Jungkook specifically. This broadening of the fanbase marked a significant evolution in how Korean artists engage with the American public. Jungkook also utilized social media engagement in innovative ways during the tour. Prior to each show, exclusive content was released via TikTok and Instagram Reels, including behind-the-scenes footage, sound checks, and interactive fan polls for encore songs. These digital activations kept engagement levels high and created a hybrid concert experience where online and offline audiences merged seamlessly. Several notable moments from the tour were widely covered by American media. In New York, Jungkook surprised fans with a duet performance featuring a well-known American R&B artist, which went viral overnight. In Los Angeles, he held a spontaneous acoustic session after technical issues delayed the show, which ended up being one of the most praised moments of the tour. He also performed at high-profile music festivals, including Lollapalooza and Coachella. His Coachella appearance in 2025 marked a pivotal moment. Jungkook was the first Korean solo artist to headline a major U.S. festival stage. The performance was live-streamed globally and drew one of the largest crowds of the weekend, as reported by Variety and Billboard. Fan testimonials further reinforced his success. American fans, both new and existing, frequently shared on social media that Jungkook's concerts were not only visually stunning but emotionally resonant. His ability to balance vocal excellence with personal interaction, such as speaking directly to the audience in English and sharing personal stories, created a deeper bond than typically seen in large-scale pop concerts. Comparisons to BTS tours were inevitable. While BTS had the power of collective synergy and mass scale, Jungkook's shows were praised for their intimacy, narrative coherence, and direct emotional connection. His solo presence, devoid of choreography designed for Seven, allowed for a fluid stage dynamic and spontaneous crowd engagement, elements that some American critics found more relatable and compelling. Overall, Jungkook's tour success in the US not only confirmed his marketability as a solo act but also established a new standard for K-pop soloists in North America. His ability to adapt performance formats, connect with diverse audiences, and sell out major venues demonstrated that his influence extended well beyond digital streams and chart rankings. Jungkook's influence in the US extended far beyond music, as major American brands recognized his marketability and cultural relevance. His strategic collaborations in fashion, lifestyle, and consumer goods positioned him as a brand powerhouse, distinguishing his solo identity from BTS and deepening his connection with American consumers. The most significant partnership came when Jungkook became a global ambassador for Calvin Klein. While other BTS members had luxury fashion deals, Jungkook's campaign stood out in the US because of its mass appeal. Calvin Klein's minimalist and edgy aesthetic matched Jungkook's image, and the campaign achieved viral success. Within days of its launch, online traffic to Calvin Klein's US site surged, and multiple pieces worn by Jungkook sold out across North American retailers. Marketing analytics firms noted that Jungkook drove higher engagement rates than some of Calvin Klein's previous celebrity ambassadors in the American market. Social media impressions, click-through rates, and consumer interaction across US demographics, particularly among Gen Z and millennial shoppers, surpassed expectations. Business Insider called him the new face of Gen Z fashion marketing. This momentum continued as Jungkook collaborated with other prominent brands targeting the US audience. He featured in campaigns for Samsung Galaxy, partnering on promotional material for the latest device launches tailored to American consumers. His commercials combined sleek visuals with subtle cultural localization, blending Korean coolness with US product messaging. Beverage brands also took interest. Jungkook's collaboration with Coca-Cola generated major attention in the US thanks to a limited edition campaign that included custom bottle designs and digital ads featuring his voice. American distributors reported a marked increase in regional sales where the campaign was most active, including California and New York. One standout partnership was with Nike, where Jungkook released a special capsule collection. Unlike limited releases in South Korea or Southeast Asia, this line was available at US flagship stores in Los Angeles, Chicago, and New York. Queue lines, overnight camping, and rapid online sellouts demonstrated his tangible sales power. The collaboration combined performance with design elements inspired by Jungkook's music videos, creating a culturally resonant and fashion-forward line. Analysts at McKinsey and Deloitte began citing Jungkook in white papers about global brand influence, identifying him as a transnational consumer bridge between Eastern and Western markets. They emphasized that Jungkook's relatability and authenticity allowed brands to bypass traditional celebrity endorsement fatigue in the US. He was also recognized in the business sector. Forbes US featured him in its 30 Under 30 list for 2025 under the Art and Style category, praising his crossover commercial appeal. Marketing Week published case studies on his Calvin Klein and Samsung campaigns, analyzing how he redefined celebrity brand relationships in the global age. Jungkook's branding success also came from his own sense of creative control. Reports indicated that he was actively involved in the visual direction of his campaigns, choosing stylists, photographers, and narrative concepts. This level of involvement impressed American creative directors, who saw in him not just an endorser, but a collaborator. This approach aligned with American ideals of artistic integrity and entrepreneurship. What differentiated Jungkook from BTS in this domain was his consistent solo visibility across mainstream US platforms. While BTS campaigns were often group-centered and tailored for collective visibility, Jungkook's solo endorsements allowed his personal aesthetic and identity to stand out. His face became familiar in airport billboards, streaming ads, and YouTube commercials across the US. Another driver of his brand appeal was his social media power. With millions of followers on Instagram and frequent viral moments on TikTok, brands leveraged his platforms to reach younger American consumers. His engagement rates, likes, comments, and shares outpaced many American celebrities with similar-sized followings. Jungkook was not just a promotional tool, he was a central content engine. His influence also extended into the digital economy. NFTs and digital collectibles tied to his merchandise drops were launched on US-based platforms, receiving significant interest and trading volume. Fans in North America eagerly participated in these campaigns, merging fandom loyalty with consumer behavior. Even non-traditional sectors sought his influence. Financial institutions like Chase and fintech startups reportedly expressed interest in partnerships, exploring collaborations aimed at attracting younger consumers through celebrity credit cards or digital wallets. While none had been confirmed by mid-2025, the discussions indicated how far-reaching Jungkook's commercial resonance had become. In essence, Jungkook transformed from a music celebrity into a cross-sector brand. His image, voice, and creative energy were everywhere, from fashion boutiques to mobile ads, from sneaker drops to streaming bundles. In the American marketplace, where brand identity often shapes public perception, Jungkook had created a powerful solo brand that stood independently from BTS. During BTS's prime group years, ARMY was known for its unity and global coordination. However, when the group entered a period of individual projects, the dynamics of fandom began to change. Jungkook's emergence as a solo force led to the creation of a distinct subset within ARMY, a growing, highly active fanbase in the US that focused exclusively on his solo career. These fans, often referred to as JK stans or Jungkook soloists, played a pivotal role in propelling his independent rise. Fan-led streaming initiatives, social media trends, and even physical billboard campaigns across U.S. cities were no longer organized solely under the ARMY umbrella, but specifically targeted toward Jungkook's solo milestones. Dedicated Twitter accounts, TikTok pages, and Reddit communities emerged that tracked his achievements, shared promotional strategies, and provided fan-generated content to boost his visibility. One of the major distinctions of this solo fandom was its composition. Data from audience engagement surveys and fan studies conducted by academic institutions like UCLA and NYU found that Jungkook's solo fans in the US skewed slightly older than the average K-pop audience. Many were professionals in their 20s and 30s, drawn to his mature artistry, musical style, and personal authenticity. This demographic shift expanded his reach beyond typical teen and college-age fandom bases. In contrast to group-centric fan practices, solo fans developed more personalized forms of support. Some created art exhibitions, music cover projects, and local charity drives under Jungkook's name in cities like Los Angeles, Dallas, and Seattle. These efforts were often reported in local news outlets, highlighting the impact of fandom in real-world spaces. Moreover, solo fans organized real-time data tracking dashboards to monitor chart rankings, YouTube view counts, and digital sales in the US market. These dashboards helped fans coordinate digital campaigns with laser precision, contributing to Jungkook's performance on American charts and social platforms. This level of engagement was once reserved for group comebacks but had now been adapted and optimized for individual activities. Social media platforms provided another key battleground. Jungkook-related hashtags frequently trended on US Twitter, often unrelated to group events or releases. Whether it was the announcement of a new single, behind-the-scenes photos, or a casual live broadcast, the response from American fans was swift and large-scale. His TikTok clips regularly trended in the US feed, even when not officially promoted by HYB. An important facet of this fandom evolution was fan independence. Many US-based fanbases operated autonomously from Korean headquarters or HYB-driven strategies. They developed their own merchandising, organized fan events, and even conducted marketing campaigns targeting American radio stations and playlist curators. The decentralized, grassroots nature of Jungkook's US solo fandom gave it both flexibility and resilience. Jungkook's personality played a major role in this. His frequent live streams, candid moments, and openness in interviews allowed fans to feel a direct connection. He cultivated a public persona that was less filtered and more emotionally open than many K-pop idols, which resonated with American fans who value authenticity in their celebrity relationships. Influencer culture also intersected with his fandom. Popular TikTok and YouTube creators began engaging with Jungkook's music, performances, and style. Reaction videos, dance covers, and review content contributed to the expansion of his presence outside traditional K-pop circles. These creators introduced Jungkook to viewers who might not have followed BTS, further expanding his solo audience. Some fan engagement even reached academic and political spaces. In 2025, a group of graduate students at a major university launched a cultural study analyzing the transformation of Jungkook's solo fandom in Western contexts. Meanwhile, fans organized charitable donations in his name for causes such as children's education, cancer research, and environmental campaigns. These efforts were often timed to coincide with his birthdays, anniversaries, or music releases. Fan gatherings also took on new forms. US-based cafes, bookstores, and lounges hosted Jungkook Day events, complete with themed menus, music playback, and merch sales. These pop-up events occurred in over 30 cities across the US, showing the scalability of localized fandom infrastructure. Critically, the solo fandom ecosystem supported Jungkook with longevity in mind. Discussions about his future career moves, album concepts, and artistic direction were not just speculation. They were strategic dialogues aimed at sustaining his prominence in the American entertainment landscape. In this way, fans operated like informal publicists, marketers, and brand advocates. By mid-2025, it was clear that Jungkook's solo fanbase in the US was not merely a byproduct of BTS's popularity, but a separate and increasingly independent force. This individual fan engagement demonstrated that Jungkook's appeal had transcended the K-pop model. He was now part of a broader celebrity fan culture in the US that emphasized one-on-one connection, digital savvy, and cultural adaptability.